Hi guys, this is Tim Michael from TimMichaelArts.com and my channel Tim Michael Arts here on YouTube. Today we are going to be drawing this guy.
Hey y'all, what's up? This your boy Evan. Welcome to the Cartoon Block. I just saw Iron Man 2. And my favorite part of the movie was War Machine. So, back in a few seconds, I'll show you how to draw War Machine.
I think from now on we're going to have to call that the Evan dance. Yes, that's right, we're going to be drawing Evan from CartoonBlock, and in this video I'm going to give you a brief showing of how I do the beginning to end process, starting from the sketchbook all the way through Illustrator and Photoshop. If you want to see the full uncut version, you can check it out on my channel at Tim Michael Arts on YouTube. Thank you very much for watching this, and Evan, thank you once again. What you're seeing here is the first stage of the caricaturing process. I just take a normal sketchbook or any paper that I can find and a nice black Ticonderoga pencil, and I just begin sketching out what I see. I'm going to be doing Evan today in a Disney cartoon type form, and just going to look over his features and just try to imagine him the best I can in a cartoon type look. So watching a lot of television cartoons, Saturday morning cartoons and stuff can really help expand your mind about how you need to be drawing someone in a cartoon form to make them look like that cartoon. It's not about drawing exactly what you see, it's more about drawing what's in your head. Let's take this over into Illustrator and begin the inking process. Just by taking a picture of this and bringing it into Illustrator, it's now time for me to ink it. And I love using Illustrator because Illustrator has these clean lines that you can use with its brush tool. So basically what I'm going to do here now is continue to look at the pictures that I have of him and just follow along and go over and make changes if I want to in the inking process. Like something I noticed, his eye on one side is a little bit more closed than the other, and his nose is slightly more rounder than I drew it in the pre-sketch. Always look at the pre-sketch as a whole separate drawing. Like this smile, for instance. I thought his teeth should be a little bit bigger on the top and pull down a little bit further on that lip on the bottom. We want to make sure to get this great smile of Evan's. He's got a very vampiric smile. It's a word that I'm using. I don't even know if it's a real word. And also his goatee is very squared up, very clean, so we want to make sure to capture that as well. All the way into the eyebrows, which have a lot of expression and feeling. Alright, next after this, we're going to go ahead and work on the cheek structuring. And in the cheek structuring, you got to make sure to keep those lines small on younger folks, because if you make those too big, it's going to age them at least 10 years. It's hilarious how just the size of a line can change the whole image completely. Also in the cheekbone structure around the outside of the face, if you keep that rounded, it can look more feminine. If you sharpen it up, it can look more masculine, so make sure you do that as well. Also in the neck region, make sure to make that nice and thick on a guy. All guys like those big muscular necks. And then let's go ahead and get in this this nice heavy set of glasses. I didn't want to use the other set because they actually didn't show very strongly. I really wanted this to stand out and also to match him with his logo, so I decided I was going to use these glasses instead of his other set. Any mistakes that I make on this here, I can either fix in Photoshop with the eraser tool, or I can just redo them in here if I really want to. I'll tell you a little bit about myself. I am 23 years old, started my business legally licensed when I was 20 years old. Used to do this after school in high school as just a freelance project. It was always a lot of fun, really enjoy doing illustration. I've never had any schooling at all. This is all self-taught, God-given, and just really enjoy what I do. This is a lot of fun for me, and you get to draw caricatures all day and make fun of people, and they love you for it. This is a lot of fun. So remember, you can do this. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and take this over into Photoshop. In Photoshop here, I'm going to do something called making a mask, and this is going to allow me to paint this much quicker than I would if I didn't have this mask. This keeps all spills hidden in the outer side that I don't want to show outside of the face. If you've ever used an airbrush in Photoshop or in any other art program, GIMP or Paint Tool Sci or whatever, you have this spill that occurs when you're trying to shade properly, and then you have to take an eraser and go and erase all that stuff. If you learn how to use masks, you can use this to speed up the process a lot. You only have to do it once, and once that's done, you don't have to worry about it again, and you can finish the picture twice as fast, if not 3 times as fast. Doesn't he look great with a blue goatee? I tell you what. Now, what I'm doing here is I'm creating several masks, one for his face, one for his shirt, and one for his hair. And now I'm choosing the paints that I'm going to be using within the piece. That way they're more selectable. All I got to do is grab my eyedrop tool, select them, and continue painting. If you want to see more about making masks and such like that in Photoshop, you can check it out on my main channel, Tim Michael Arts, and on there you can see the longer version of this video, which explains a little bit better, not a lot better, but a little bit better, how to work with masks. Right now I'm just placing in the base colors of the face and just trying to make sure that everything is prepared and fully masked for when I go in with the airbrush that I like to use to continue the shading process. I like to make sure that my paintings come out looking very clean. I don't use texture very much yet. To be honest, I haven't learned that much about texture, but I like the cleanliness of these pieces, the perfection in the skin without needing the texturing in it. And right now what I'm doing here is I'm doing the shading. I'm putting in the shading. I always work from the sun being on the top left side, so anything that I shade is going to be on the bottom right side, or anything that passes in front. The trick to remember when shading is that anything that is closer to the camera is brighter, anything that's further away from the camera is darker. That's really all it takes. And what I'll do is I'll go into the lighter areas of this picture and I'll just lighten them up even more. And then maybe I'll take an extra shade and I'll go in a little bit lighter yet. And that's really all there is to it. And just by doing that, look at the depth that comes out of this. And that's what I appreciate about Photoshop. It is a very quick and easy transition to turn a piece from a 2D piece into a 3D piece. I'm just going to shade up Evan's goatee. I used a gray instead of a black because I want to make a definition from the inked drawing that I did and the actual color. And this is going to bring us to the end of the tutorial. If you want to see the full tutorial, remember you can go to my channel, Tim Michael Arts, and check out the 13-minute tutorial there. Also, you can check out my website, timmichaelarts.com, for webcomics and t-shirts and more caricatures that you can order. Evan, thank you very much for allowing me to come on your channel and do this drawing. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that it'll be a good addition to your collection. And I hope that this will teach your artists a little bit more about how to draw. God bless you richly. Keep up the hard work. Love your channel, Evan. Keep making those videos that keep inspiring us.